Hi there. Today I decided let's talk about something interesting which actually impacts every one of us. If you're a human and if you have a soul, then you have an inner child. Yes, I'm wanting to talk about inner child therapy today and explain it in a little simplistic manner. So each one of us, when we've been born a baby, we've been born with a pure soul, completely blank canvas into this world. The first couple of months to a few years, we are grappling with learning the basic survival skills, how to take care of our needs, how to be taken care of, and we learn the ropes of what it means to be in a family, what it means to grow up, what it means to fit into the schooling system, into a family way of being, into this big world. And every day our interactions with the outside world, and by that I mean maybe in the form of our daily routines, our daily experiences, our experience within the family hold, our experiences in our peers, friends circles, in schools, and I'm even going up to the age of maybe 12 or so. These are very impressionable years where everything that happens to you impacts you in some way or the other at a very deep cellular level. Now, some of these experiences are bound to be pleasant, as when we recall our childhood, we look at the fun moments, the mischievous moments, the moments we got caught doing stuff, got reprimanded. And then we also sometimes recall, maybe with a heavy heart, some of the incidents or the experiences in our life which may not have been that pleasant, which may not have felt, like they were igniting the spark in us. On the other hand, it may have kind of dimmed the little light in our hearts. For example, if a child or a baby was abandoned, then the child will always carry that wound of being an unwanted child. I'm talking about children that are left in orphanages or abandoned for whatever personal reasons. They always carry the imprints of being unwanted. Then there are children who go through different family structures of separations or unpleasant, relationships of their parents, and they grew up feeling a bit confused about how human relationships are bound to be formed. And if they haven't seen the warmth in their families, there is a certain fear about a kind of security that they haven't kind of witnessed in their own homes. So when they look out into the world and they look out at their own relationships in life, there's a little unsurety. If children have seen violence, then there is fear that resides in their heart. If children have seen unfair behavior, there may be resentment, there may be anger, there may be sadness, there may be all sorts of wounds that leave their impressions in a child's heart. And sometimes a child is not able to decipher them. They're not able to decode what is happening. In fact, most of the time, they're not able to decode what's happening. I mean, we as adults sometimes don't know what's happening around us. So these children, which is basically each and every one of us that I'm talking about, we carry the wounds of our experiences. We tend to carry the wounds of our past. And it becomes a part of who we are, when we recall our life and we look back, or, we say, we are like this because I have seen this, therefore I believe because I have experienced this, or fundamentally my mindset stems from this kind of a background. And sometimes we don't even realize where we've picked it up from. And these issues tend to become a block in our life. For instance, if you are constantly an upset child, or a sad child, or an insecure child, or a child that's a tad bit unsure about trusting another human being, or afraid of the dynamics of human relationships, or just afraid of the experiences that come your way. Sometimes we don't even realize, and it becomes a part of who we are. It becomes a part of our personality. And that is where inner child therapy comes in. So no matter how much adulting you may be doing in this world, no matter how successful sometimes we become as people, we always have that inner child in us that we carry within our hearts, that is often wounded, often suppressed, often quiet. He or she needs that voice, but there is no safe space to be heard. And then that child kind of tends to reside within the cage of our heart, just within the cage of our heart. We kind of lock up that inner child and we move through life. So this is where inner child therapy comes in. With inner child therapy, yes, this is the Russian doll, we unravel and we re-look at the inner child. We re-look at the issues that our inner child is facing. We re-establish a connection with our own pure essence. And in doing so, we release traumas, we release the upsets, and we release all the negative blockages that are being held in our heart. In doing that, we tend to recomplete, and by that I mean we tend to bring about a wholeness in our own essence that was fragmented maybe once upon a time, years ago. And when that happens, there is a renewed sense of safety, a renewed sense of security, a renewed sense of peace within ourselves. Because trust me, each one of us is responsible at some point of time in our life to be able to acknowledge the wounds of our past. And our inner child is the most beautiful voice that needs to be heard, that needs to be given a safe place to be heard, so that the traumas of our past is released. So think about it. Here's a question for you. If you really want to kind of, feel that it's time to dwell into your own heart, think about what are the incidents in your life, what are the experiences in your life that may not have been that pleasant, that may not have been that beautiful, that may have cast a shadow on your joy, on just the simplistic joy of you as a child. And that's probably got buried inside you somewhere. Think about those issues and try and identify, do you have an inner child that needs healing? And if so, then maybe your journey into your own completeness starts right there and then. Take care.